Hello kids and welcome back. My name is Candace Teague and I work for the Art for All program at the Galveston Arts Center, where I get to work with many awesome kids at the Resource Crisis Center. Today we are going to be learning how to make this frameable art piece using the pull string method. This easy method allows you to create beautiful flowers and leaves that look like they're from another world. The first thing that we'll need to make this art piece is acrylic paint. We will also need scissors, any type of string, and a bowl to mix in. Of course, we will also need something to paint on. You will need to fold it just like we did with the 3D card. The string will need some tension, so make sure you get a heavy book to put on top. The last thing that we'll need are brushes. Once you have gathered all of your materials, now it's time to mix the paint. Your flowers or leaves can be any color, but I chose to use a dark green. You can get a nice green color by mixing primary blue with yellow. This creates a more natural green versus the green colored paints. You can create any type of color using only red, primary blue, and yellow. If you'd like to make purple, then you just mix red and blue. And if you'd like to make an orange, then you just mix yellow and red. Once you've made your color, you can either add black or white to make it either lighter or darker. Before we add the string to the bowl, you can add a little bit of water to thin it out. Make sure to add a little bit because we don't want it too runny. Once you have your paint together, it's time to cut the string. Make sure not to cut it too short because we will need a longer string. When placing the string in the bowl, make sure you leave some out. You want to do this so you have some of the string to hold on to so your hands will not get dirty. I like using a paintbrush when painting the string. This allows the string to be evenly coated and saturated. Your string should look like this whenever you're done. You want to be quick when laying down the string because you do not want the paint to dry. My string got a little tangled, so I had to untangle it. Be creative when you lay down the string because you can make many different shapes. I decided to do a nice circle and then loop it around again below it. Just do what feels natural to you. When you are finished laying down the string, you want to make sure that you have some extra hanging over. Then you want to close the card and then place some books on top. I decided to use 2 heavy books. Then you want to take the string and you want to pull it. I like to put my hand on top of the books just to give it a little bit more tension. When you're finished, it should look something like this. And yes, you get an art piece on both sides. I didn't like how the other one turned out, so I decided to make another one. You will probably have to do this a couple times to get it right, and it does take a little bit of practice. But it's such a cool technique that you can use for many different types of art projects. And now my second one is finished. After your art piece has dried, now it's time to cut. Cutting it is optional, so if you decide not to cut it, that is totally fine. I decided to leave the other one the way it was, but I want to take this one a step further and paint a vase. I wanted my vase to be blue, so I dipped my paintbrush straight into primary blue and started painting it. I forgot to mention that I actually drew an outline of the vase first, but you don't have to do that. Halfway through, I actually put some of the paint straight onto the watercolor paper. If you do this, try not to make a mess. Once your vase is dry, we can start adding details. On the vase that you created, you can put any type of design on it or texture. You can add polka dots, stripes, even splatter paint. I think textured vases are very cool, but I decided to make mine look shiny. To do this, I used the exact same paint that I used for the leaves and I added it to the vase. I mostly put it in areas where I think that the shadow would be, like right under that ridge and to the right side. And I decided that I wanted the light to come from the left, so that's why I made the right look like it was in shadow. I also added the green to make it look like the vase is see-through. What really made this vase look shiny was the bright yellow that I added to it. I mixed a little yellow with a lot of white. Because I wanted the light to come from the left side, I actually put some a little bit on the left and then I put some right towards the middle of the vase. I did this because when something is closer to you, it's going to be lighter. I also wanted to add a little bit of the yellow to the leaves themselves. This was because I wanted to tie in all of it together. To create the bright yellow highlights, you just mix the yellow and the white, and to get the nice texture, all you have to do is take a brush and then dry it off. Then you want to dip the paintbrush in a little bit and then dry it off again because you want the paintbrush to be a little bit dry. This will give your highlights a little bit of texture. Thank you so much for making this art with me, and I hope that you like this video. Always remember to make lots of art. Bye guys!